Hello, everyone, and welcome to Immigration and Jobs Talk Show. Thank you so much for joining us here on Daily Immigration Dose. I'm your host, Nipasa Pradhan, and before we head on to today's discussion, I have this very important disclaimer, and that is by watching our videos, you understand that the information shared, including user comments, is not professional advice. Use at your own risk. Our intention is never to offend, it's just a casual exchange of ideas. And folks out there, thank you so much for joining us here on Daily Immigration Dose. Joining me today is my co host, Sam. So, hi, Sam. It's really great to have you today.
Same here, Nipasa. It's always great to have you also with me. And I'm also very excited for today's episode. And welcome, everyone. It's lovely to have you all. And yeah, I think today it will be a great session. After all, today we are going to talk about, Trump's H-1B visa reform. So there's a lot to discuss. And I think, yeah, that's something going to be very interesting, right?
Absolutely. Yes, just like Sam has already said, we are diving into a topic that has sparked heated debates, across the immigration and business worlds. So, Trump's proposed reforms to the H-1B visa program. And today we are going to discuss at length the different H-1B new regulations and the changes that are happening. And it's a major shift, that could change how US companies hire skilled foreign workers as well and impact everything from small startups to large tech giants as well. So stay with us, friends. It's going to be a great discussion. And best thing is that, you know what, you can also join us in this discussion. And that is by dialing this number. Note it down. It's displayed on the screen above us, 425 and the access code is 988 888. And once you're in, you just say hello and we will be able to hear you. So join us. And apart from that, of course, you can also comment, but we would prefer you join us on conversation. It'll be like a one-on-one discussion. So I am excited for you to join. And Sam, what about you?
I think, yeah, before, as it's a pattern of our show to always make people aware about the news updates. But before that, also, I would like to give a quick brief about today's topic. That, friends, today we are going to talk about in this video that what these reforms, proposed by Trump actually mean. Then also, we are going to talk about like how it's going to impact foreign workers, particularly from countries like India. So, stay informed and keep watching this session till the end of our episode because it's going to be very informative. And yeah, I think let's begin with our today's episode by talking about some of the latest news updates. So, firstly, it's about US adopts wage based H-1B visa selection. So, the US Department of Homeland Security has replaced the H-1B visa lottery with a wage based selection system, prioritizing higher paying jobs to protect American workers and attract top talent. So, this is actually the topic of our today's episode, and in detail, we are going to cover everything about it. Moving ahead with our next news update, that is Midwest winter storm causes major disruptions. So there's a severe winter storm that had hit the Midwest, causing widespread power outages, road closures, and flight cancellations, particularly in Chicago. Authorities are urging residents to stay indoors as more snow and freezing conditions are expected to move eastwards. Canada announces new immigration targets for 2025. So, Canada has unveiled ambitious new immigration targets for 2025 that is aiming to welcome over 500,000 new permanent residents. So, the move is part of Canada's strategy to address labor shortages in sectors like healthcare, technology, and constructions too, while also boosting population growth. Moving ahead with next news, that is Australia to fast track visas for critical workers. So, Australia has announced a fast track visa process for workers in critical sectors like healthcare and IT. And the new program is designed to attract the top global talent as the country continues to recover from the impacts of COVID 19 and meets its growing demand for skilled professionals. And further updates will be shared by my co host Nipasa Pradhan.
Thank you so much, Sam. And absolutely, I too have a couple of news updates. So, this first one is, in a major development for H-1B visa program, the US Department of Homeland Security has announced reforms effective January 17, 2025. That is aimed at modernizing the system and benefiting thousands of skilled workers, particularly Indian professionals who account for over 72% of H-1B visa holders. And just like Sam has already mentioned, this is the topic for today's discussion. We are going to check out the different updated, new H-1B regulations that we could highlight. And also, I would just like to appeal, to folks out there to please go and check our Immigration and Jobs Talk Show, our channel on YouTube, or if you're watching us on Facebook, LinkedIn, or on X, go check us out because we just had a show sometime back at 12 p.m. Eastern Time with Attorney Prashanti Reddy with regard to this as well. We started with this and also covered the January visa bulletin. So you might as well go check us out there because there's so much information that you would not want to miss out. And coming back to the news update, of course, the key changes is that cap exempt organizations, nonprofit and governmental research entities will now be considered cap exempt if their fundamental activity is research, clarifying past ambiguities as well. And apart from that, support for F1 visa holders. So students transitioning from F1 to H1B status will face fewer legal and employment disruptions. And another very significant change is faster processing. Extensions for previously approved H1B holders will be expedited, and there's also flexibility and oversight. Employers are going to gain more hiring flexibility with stricter checks, that prevent misuse of the system. And the new petition form, the revised form I-129 will be mandatory for all applicants. And, I would like to tell all the folks out there who are or who have already applied for the H-1B visa process, that this is only going to be applicable from January 17th, 2025. So, yes, these updates, address long-standing criticism, including the unpredictability of the lottery system and abuse to bulk applications as well. So we will cover further on this. But coming to my next news update is in its final weeks, the Biden administration has also announced sweeping changes to the H-1B visa program. So this is what it's again going to be what we're going to talk about today in our show in more details. So the flexibility for employers, like we were talking about, the new rules allow companies to hire foreign talent based on specific business needs, modernizing definitions for cap exempt organizations like nonprofit and research institutions. And another thing is a stronger oversight. The program now includes stricter measures to ensure compliance, including inspections and penalties for misuse. And another thing is faster processing. Individuals previously approved for H-1B visas will benefit from expedited application processing. So these both these news updates are pretty much similar, talking about the same thing. But yes, we are going to cover more details on this. Please stay with us here on Daily Immigration Dose on Immigration and Jobs Talk Show.
Yeah, right. Thank you so much, Nipasa, for letting us know about these news updates. And yeah, I think friends, now it's time to talk about our today's topic, that is Trump's H-1B visa reforms, replacing the lottery with wage-based selection. What does it mean? So we all know that H-1B visa is very crucial, especially for skilled workers from around the world, as it allows US companies to hire foreign talent. So now what it is happening that H-1B visa have been awarded through a lottery system. But during Trump's
Yes.
administration, there was a push, for a major change. And now Trump administration is trying to replace the random lottery with a system that prioritizes applicants based on their wage levels. So this is something very different, and this is something that Trump is coming up with a very new thing. And if we talk about the current lottery system, then till now, what it used to happen, the U.S. employers who wants to hire foreign workers through the H-1B program, they must submit the application. But here they were facing a big problem that the application was maximum limit has to be 85,000. But every year, each year, there were more applicants and less application were there. So it was like exceeding the limit, exceeding the annual cap that was 85,000 visas. So in these situations, what the government decided to introduce a random lottery system to select the applicants. So this was the reason that why the government decided to, implement the lottery system. But the lottery system at that time, it was meant to be for all those applicants to have equal chances of being selected, regardless of their qualification, job offer, salary, or the company. But this system was meant to make the process fair, but some on the other, it also lead to some issues, some major problems, especially when it comes to skill talent, because it was meant for most of the people to give that equality, to set that equal thing, to give equal chance to each and everyone, regardless of their job qualification or the salary. But time to time, it was being little, it was creating some kind of issues that most of the people think that the skills are being overlooked, or the talented skilled workers, they are being back, or they are not getting the opportunity, or some on the other, only for the sake of luck, they are getting the chance to work in US companies. So they were thinking it was kind of unfair, and that's what Trump administration is also thinking about it. So that's why Trump is about to, replace the random lottery with a system that prioritizes applicants based on their wage levels. Now, I think, yeah, this is from my end for the first introduction. Nipasa, would you like to add upon this information more?
Sure. I mean, you're talking about the lottery system, Sam. Like, some people don't like the lottery because they really think it's very random and it doesn't pick the best workers. And it's true, like just what you already said, and what people out there in this system who really want to qualify or get selected for on the H-1B visa, So they believe a system based on skills or salaries would work better for sure, and making sure that the most talented or the highest paid workers get the jobs. So they also say that the lottery brings in too many workers with lower pay as well. So this might really hurt wages for US workers and also businesses. When you talk about businesses, they also find it hard to plan when they don't know if the workers they need will be chosen or not. Right. So apart from that, on the other hand, supporters of the lottery say that it's fair because everyone has like an equal chance, and no matter how much money they make or what their job is, this helps small companies and startups even find skilled workers too. But then I don't know, do you really think it's helpful, or it has been helpful? I mean, no offense, but this has been the system for quite a long time now. The
Mhm.
lottery also brings in people from many different industries, not just tech jobs, right? So some people worry that if only the highest paid jobs are picked, salaries could go up too much, maybe making it hard or even very difficult for smaller businesses to hire the workers they need. And
Mhm.
if you talk about the lottery system, I'm not so sure how fair it is, or what about the changes, or how to change it to focus on skill and wages. Of course, these new changes, I hope they're going to focus more on skilled workers and benefit with regard to wage as well. Right, Sam?
Absolutely, completely agreed with your point. But Nipasa, the great thing is that we have one of our viewer who has joined us in this stream. So I think Vikrant, can you hear us? Hello, Vikrant, can you hear us? I think there's some
I
technical
think I
issue.
would like to tell Vikrant. Vikrant, please join us on call by dialing this number 425-436-6335 and dial in the access code 988-888. Once you're in, you just say hello and we will be able to hear you.
Yeah, I think he might be facing some technical issue, but that's okay. Vikrant, you can also join us, as Nipasa said, the number. And or you can also WhatsApp us on this number, and we'll surely be, we will love to have you here with us.
Yeah, if you're
uh,
calling us on WhatsApp, you can call my number. Uh, 408 335 6444. That is my number. But I think it'll be more convenient if you join us on conversation in this call, 425 436 6335, and the access code is 988888.
All right. So I think till the time Vikrant joins us, I think we should go ahead and talk about, continue with our discussion, right, Nepal?
Yes, sure.
All right. So yeah, Nipasa, you explained it very well about the lottery system, and now I think I should also talk about, let's have a discussion on the reasons, to ban the H-1B lottery system, because it's been a huge discussion around the places that what is wrong with the lottery system, and some people are against it and some people favor it. So here are some points, Nipasa, that I would like to say that what are the reasons to ban the H-1B lottery system. Firstly, it should be merit based selection. So, critiques argue that the lottery system is random and does not prioritize the most qualified applicants. As I also mentioned about it, that there's a huge problem regarding that people think that the qualification or the skilled workers, they left behind in this lottery system thing. So, a merit based or wage based system, would ensure that the highest skilled workers or those offered higher salaries are selected, aligning better with US economic needs. And that's what Trump is all about. Trump is also saying that now he doesn't want only the skilled workers. Now he wants all the best one, those who are completely highest in the rest of their worker company. So I think that's what he is also aiming for, and this was one of the reason from my end. Nikasa, would
Yeah,
you?
hi.
Okay, Vikrant, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. So
Wow,
there
that's
was a technical glitch, so that have to left.
no worries.
But
So
thank you
Vikrant,
so much for joining us, Vikrant. Really good to
Yeah.
have you.
Hello, everyone. Happy Christmas in advance.
Merry Christmas to you too. Much,
Yeah,
much in
thank you.
advance, but I'm excited. Yes.
Yeah.
Not week to go, so I think we are all preparing. How's it going on your end? How's Christmas preparations
Yeah,
going on?
that's fine. I've moved to my hometown now
Okay.
from
So where
US.
are you joining us from? Otherwise, where are you from, and where's your hometown?
Yeah, my
And
hometown is in Hyderabad, India.
okay,
Actually, I used to stay in US, Seton
all
Hall
right, all right.
University. Yeah, in New Jersey. So
All
to
right. Same
celebrate
here. Our
Christmas with
office
my
is
friends and
based in
family, I've
Bangalore.
moved to my hometown here in Hyderabad, India.
Oh, so cool, so cool. So you're totally in the holiday mood, and here's wishing you
Yes,
happy
yes.
holidays already,
Thank
Vikrant,
you.
and thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
So are you also, I mean, were you also in the US on an H-1B base program or
No, no, no. I've been in F1 visa.
okay. All right, tell us more about you, please. And then, I mean, whatever you want to tell us about whatever we're discussing today.
Yeah, okay.
Tell us more about yourself first, then we'll go on to discussing.
Yeah, okay. I watch your show, so that's the reason I've joined again to gain some
Thank you.
experience, to gain some
Really,
knowledge.
really so such a pleasure to have you, and
Yeah,
really
thank you.
honored that you
Invite.
watch us frequently. And I
Yes,
hope you have already subscribed to us. But
yes,
if
I
you
did. I
haven't,
did
please
already.
do.
Yeah, I already subscribed and I watch your videos, AI videos, everything, and updates day by day, daily updates. That will be more helpful, and I'll share with my friends too. So
wow.
the information which your channel is providing is too good.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And yes, talking about AI videos, I think it's a big shout out to the whole team out there, especially the AI video team who's doing a
Yes,
great
yes.
job. So thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thanks to them too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, Vikrant, what do you say? I mean, how are you liking US? I mean, are you enjoying there, or is it a
Yes, yes.
struggling time?
I like US better than India. So in this holidays, I moved to my hometown. So as India is my country, and now this US is become my hometown. So I had a lot of friends here. I enjoy a lot here. So the experience is quite good here in US.
Wow, that's lovely. So, any
I'm sure.
message, Vikrant, that you would like to share with our viewers, like how they can have US life, or because most of the viewers they think if they are on F1, so they might be scared, by thinking
Yes,
that it's
yes.
very new. So, anything from your experience that you would like to share or you would like to advise to our viewers?
Vikrant, are you there? I
Difficult.
think Vikrant is in a situation where he's like, when he's in the US, he's missing home, like Hyderabad, and when he's in
Yes, yes.
Hyderabad, missing
Yeah.
US.
Oh,
Here I am with
happy.
my family and friends, right? So it's easy. It's better to stay where you stay. So if you plan to move US in any hour, so you have to face some difficulties. So if you are ready for that, it's easier to move here. So we can make a lot of friends here. Even US turns introverts to extroverts.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
But do you ever feel lonely? Do you like miss home, or
yeah.
you're like,
Sometimes I do. Why not?
okay.
Absolutely. That
Yeah.
that is very obvious. But I
Yes,
think
yes.
now you're enjoying your holidays, right, Vikrant?
Yes, I'm happy to be back here.
And
Wow.
home food.
Yes, yes. I missed a lot. Home food and roaming
For
with
me,
my
food is
friends,
so
having
important.
fun
So first thing
moments.
is like food.
Yes, yes. In US too, we do prepare our food, but due to some hectic timings, there's no time to prepare food for ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I think you're always hustling.
Yes, yes. In a hurry.
Yeah. But it's really cool to that you have joined us. Thank you so much. And please
Thank you
also
for
wishing,
me.
everyone in your family and your friends happy holidays and of course Merry Christmas as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Vikrant, for joining us. It's lovely having you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Vikrant.
Yeah, it's late here in India. I'm off to bed now. Catch you
Absolutely.
later.
So have a
Yeah,
have a great night. Okay, sweet
yeah,
dreams.
thank you. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, bye bye.
Yeah.
Bye bye. Good night. So cool. So, folks out there, you can also join us just like Vikrant did. It'll be really cool to get to know you, our listeners, our viewers. If you can join us, yeah. Vikrant from New Jersey. His hometown is in Hyderabad, but he joined us today from Hyderabad. So, really cool. Vikrant, here's a big shout out to you again. Thank you for joining. It really means a lot. And you can also join us, folks, wherever you're watching us from. Just dial in this number 425-436-6335, and the access code is 988-888. And once you're in, you just say hello. We will be able to hear you.
Absolutely.
Hello. Sorry.
Okay, so I think has someone joined us, Nipa, or from call?
Yes, I thought so, but I don't think I can hear the person. So if anybody just joined us on this call, could you just drop the call and try to rejoin us again? Maybe we will be able to hear you.
Yeah, I
Hello?
think that would be better. Okay, so I think um,
Sure. I mean, let's go on first and let's hope that the person joins us back again.
we also have Virginia's comment. And it is saying that T visa I-765 application filed on October 28, 2024, and biometric was added to the I-765 application on November 5, 2024. So it's been 43 days now. How long it take to process an approval for the EAD card? So I think, Virginia, thank you so much, first of all, for your comment. And I think this needs a little bit of expert advice. So it would be great, we have daily shows, we have upcoming shows also with different attorneys where you will get the legal advice and the expert advice as well. So I think we would like to recommend you to watch our channel, I mean, and go through our channel and watch our shows that we have with the different attorneys there. We will definitely going to take this comment, and soon we will let you know about your query too. So meanwhile, you can also join us, in the stream by dialing the number, and we would love to have you with us here. And you can share anything about you. Where are you from? What are you thinking about it? And what's your thought on immigration? What do you think about Trump's administration? Anything. It's free, so you can just completely come and join us on this platform, and we would love to have you here. All right. So yeah, Napasa, as we were talking about the reasons to ban the H-1B lottery system. So I think, would you like to add something more on this? Because I already talked about the merit-based selection. So, what's your another point on this topic?
So, I mean, I think to do this in the right way, I think we should have like a merit demerit balancing kind of thing. And
Mhm.
you already said a few things, good things, the merits of the H1B lottery system. So, to add to that, or maybe just to highlight a few points, the merits of the H1B lottery system is that, it's equal opportunity for one and all, right? Whoever gets into the lottery system, whoever wants to go through the H1B visa system, right? And
Mhm.
it provides like a fair chance to all eligible applicants by random selection, of course, reducing bias in the allocation process. And apart from that is also efficiency, another very important factor where, it simplifies the selection process for a highly over subscribed program, you can say, avoiding lengthy evaluations for all applications. And well, apart from that, it also encourages global talent. So it attracts highly skilled workers from across the globe, particularly in STEM fields. And this benefits US companies and also helps fostering innovation. And apart from that, there are also economic benefits because it helps companies fill critical skill gaps, contributing to growth and competitiveness in the global market. And of course, another important thing is compliance with caps, which ensures that the annual cap of 85,000 visas, 65,000 regulars and 20,000 advanced degree is met in a structured way, right? That's what has been happening so far. And
Absolutely.
when you talk about the demerits, we have been saying time and again, and many people, who are skilled and who probably could not be selected in the lottery system. I mean, it's a lottery, right? If you're lucky, you just get selected. If you're not, you have to try again, maybe next time. But luck over merit, that's the one of the demerits. So of course, highly qualified candidates might also lose out, simply because of this random selection process. And this really overlooks merit and experience, so it's not beneficial in all scenarios, I can say. And
Absolutely.
apart from yeah, apart from that is another thing, the uncertainty for employers and employees. So employers can't predict, which employees will secure visas, which actually disrupts workforce planning and causes delays in critical projects as well. So, though companies or employers and employees might want to plan ahead, they may have good plans for this very, very highly skilled and talented person who could be their employee, but then just because of luck, just because it's like a lottery system, they couldn't be selected and they cannot plan ahead. They have to change plans because of that case, because of that.
Yeah.
And another thing is exploitation risks. The system can be exploited by entities, submitting numerous applications. But of course, this was changed in 2024 because, the multiple applications under one name. I think that was, that changed this year, so that was a good thing. And it was also changed to beneficiary centric system. So that's another change that happened in 2024, significant one. And talking about another demerit of this lottery system in H1B process is, limited support for small businesses. Larger companies, with extensive resources, often dominate the process, leaving small businesses at a disadvantage.
Mhm.
So when you look at the point of view from small businesses perspective, I think there is a big demerit when you talk about the H1B lottery system. And apart from that, also there's missed economic potential. Talent could contribute significantly to the US, and economy might be excluded due to random nature of selection. And in many cases, probably that is what is happening as well, who knows, right?
Absolutely.
And last but not the least, another demerit I would like to highlight is administrative burden, because it requires significant resources from USCIS to manage the lottery and even the associated processing. So if you talk about which has more weight, I think, while the H1B lottery system does have its merits, in ensuring fairness and simplifying the process for an oversubscribed program, because, only 85,000 can be selected under H1B, right? But then there are so many hundreds of thousands of applicants, and most of them just do not get selected in the lottery.
Right,
So,
right.
talking about that, especially the reliance or on chance over merit and the unpredictability it creates, for employers and employees, these are really significant. And for long-term improvements, I think reforms focusing on prioritizing highly skilled and in-demand talent and supporting smaller businesses could really balance the system better. And I think these new changes are going to reach these this time, at least we hope so. But since it's a new change, we don't know what is really going to happen. One,
Mm-hmm.
only once it really starts happening, once it's really applied, these changes are applied and these regulations are started to exercise, only then we will know how beneficial it's going to be, right?
Yeah, but I think, this is going to be beneficial only. There is because there's no some demerit in this. Till now, we haven't find any demerit on this. But I think, yeah,
But yeah, I think like the demerits seem to outweigh the merits for those who have been directly affected by the H1B lottery process. So I think it's high time that it changed, and it's really good that it's changing.
absolutely, and I think it's one of the best thing that that is changing, and that's also modifying a lot of things. So I think, yeah, and but we should also understand specifically that what is the changes that's happening now. So yeah, I think the Trump's administration is also proposing a shift to based selection. So this means, friends, that there will be no more random lottery as we have been discussing all throughout the half an hour. And with that, also, there's another change that now applications will be prioritized based on the salary that is being offered for the position. So, till now, what used to happen, it was all about the luck, but now it's also going to be selected with those applications who will be, those will be prioritized based on the salary. So, the one worker who is getting more salary or the salary is high, that worker is going to get the priority. So the higher the wage offered, the higher the chances of the applicant to get the H-1B visa. And also the DHS, has said that this proposal is designed to better balance the interest of US workers, the H-1B workers, and the employers too. So this new process is going to make, I think, everything, easier for US companies also, because now US companies will also be sure that what was the background of this employee if we are going to hire him, or because if that employee is having a higher salary, then I think there might be something that the employee is highly skilled, highly talented, that's why that employee is getting that much salary. So I think it will be easier for both the things, for the employer side and for the company side as well, because it's easy, to understand for US companies also to hire highly skilled workers, and they're also getting the surety that the American workforce is not going to undercut by workers just by being paid lower wages. So, in simple terms, we can say that the wage based selection system is going to favor the H-1B applicants who are offered higher salaries, and this is going to aim to bring the best talent, while safeguarding US workers' wages. So I think, yeah, this is the change. This is the major change that's happening, that's going to happen. And with this also, I would also like to highlight the reason that why is this change happening. So, firstly, there's a key reason behind this change, that the Trump administration believes the current lottery system lets too many foreign workers with lower salaries enter the US. Because earlier, what it used to happen, because of luck, because of that random lottery system, most of the workers, outside the US, they used to come to the US and work with lower salaries. So that also used to hamper US companies too, the employees too, and also the US workers, they themselves felt that foreign workers, they are snatching away their jobs. So there were multiple reasons why people were against this lottery system, and now Trump is also trying to make some changes because he believes the same thing too. So as a result, these workers might accept lower pay, which can drive down wages for American workers in similar jobs. And we can also say, in simpler terms, that the administration now thinks that bringing in foreign workers who are paid less and makes it harder for US workers to demand higher wages is actually leading overall wage suppression in certain industries. So the proposed change, the change that is going to be implementing in the upcoming year is aiming to prioritize higher paid foreign workers, also to protect American salaries too. So, this is also by protecting higher wages, and the new system is aiming to attract the best and the brightest workers now, especially those the specialized expertise and help US companies to compete globally. So, I think this is one of the major step, that is being taken by Trump administration in the upcoming year. And I find this new major change, I think it's very good, it's very helpful, and it will be, fair enough. Now it will be very much it should be how it should be actually, because this lottery system, I don't think this is going for a long term and this is going to benefit. But I think now the new system that is aiming and it is trying their best to attract the best and the brightest worker. I think this is one of the great reason also, why Trump administration is taking power on this. So yeah, and yeah, Nepalsa, please go ahead and share more information on this or
For
any.
sure, for sure. But before I go on to more info, we have folks out there joining us like Ravi Prakash. So asking, like, with the new system, will the timeline be the same? And the application in March, the April lottery results, and 1st October legally joining the job.
Mhm.
But I think this is going to become more relaxed, Ravi, if I'm not mistaken. From October 1st, it's going to come to April of the next year, so that people have enough time, and they don't have to hurry. But to give you a better explanation or better answer to your question you had, I would say, please scan this QR code. It's going to direct you to our show we had earlier today with Attorney Prashanti Reddy at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And we discussed on this, and you will get more information on the new H-1B regulations, which the expert, the attorney, has explained in details, and has even taken up questions like these. So you might as well go watch that. But hang on for now, watch us, stay with us, and maybe right after this show you can go watch. And of course, folks, please join us. It's really cool to have so many of you folks join us with so many comments and questions. We would really get love to get to know you better, and you can join us by dialing this number 425-436-6335, and the access code is 988888. And once you're in, you just say hello. We will be able to hear you. Yeah. So coming back to our discussion, Sam. So we have been covering a lot on the H-1B visa process, and I think now I would like to also maybe try to highlight a few important points from the DHS update. Of course, you first is strengthening U.S. employers' ability to fill critical jobs. The DHS rule is designed to help U.S. companies quickly fill job vacancies in critical fields, boosting the economy. So this new rule focuses on bridging the talent gap in industries, requiring specialized skills. So, with the global competition for talent intensifying, the initiative ensures that the US employers can retain their competitive edge by accessing a global talent pool more efficiently. But, Sam, when you talk about global talent and talk about each country, do you really think that this might impact their own country? Because, the top tier talent, the most talented people, or, people who already know that they're extraordinary in their field, do you think they'll stick to their country, or do you think that they will love to go flock to the US because of the thicker paychecks?
See, practically speaking, at the end of the day, each employer they want, I think, satisfaction with their work and the good salary. So I think salary matters a lot. I mean, for everyone, because it's not it doesn't matter, if you're working for 1 year, if you're working for 2 years, for 10 years, for 15 years. You always want to have a respectful amount, so that you can help with your friends, or you can take care of your family, or whatsoever your priorities are, but you need a good amount of money, right? So I think most of the people choose US instead of being so talented and so highly skilled. They choose US to go, because most important reason is the salary. They are getting a good amount of salary in that country as compared to their own country. If the same thing or the same opportunity or the same salary, if they would be getting in their own country, then I don't think that they will be willing to shift from their own country. So it completely depends upon the company, it completely depends upon the salary what they are getting. And I think it's very obvious, and there's nothing wrong with it if they are getting good salary offer or a good position, good opportunity. Then I think they should learn, they should go and explore themselves, they should go ahead and have it, have grasp that opportunity. And I think that will be very much beneficial for them. But also talking about like lottery systems, so now I think it's being better. It's been challenging. Obviously, it's been challenging because earlier it was all about luck, but now it's not about luck. So I think it's been challenging, but that too also it's going to benefit them also. And I think it's a shop. It's going to sharpen the workers, and I think yeah. Now I think they are going to have more better workers, best talented workers now. So I think yeah, that's what my point is. What do you think, Nipasa? That what
Yeah,
about this?
I also agree with you, Sam, but I would like to add a few more points maybe to support what you just said. So I would like to give like a small example, take a village for example, a small town or a village. And when you go there, just talk about a very general hospital. The infrastructure is so sad. I would just say sad right now. I don't know if
Absolutely, yeah.
anybody out there is really listening, but it's so sad that even if like the person or the doctor is very highly qualified and is very very passionate to do something great for the village or the small town, but there is no infrastructure that could support them, right? And of course salary as well. What if the doctor is not even paid like a proper
Mhm.
salary for
Right.
so many months? Of course it's going to be frustrating, though he's very very highly talented, overly skilled. But it's like what's the point of so much talent when there's nothing, or nothing he's getting back, or there's nothing to show about? Or even if he really wants to uh, you know fix all the every sick person out there, how is he going to manage, right? He obviously
Absolutely.
prefer going out there where he'll get better pay. He'll be able to support himself, his family, and maybe indirectly even build infrastructure for his own village or town later in the
Mhm.
future. Doesn't it work like that?
Oh, absolutely. That's correct. And we can also see that even in US, the people, those who are not having a very good position like HR or manager, but they are like maybe drivers or working in healthcare as nurse, or maybe little, jobs like blue collar jobs, but still they are getting equal amount, the amount that in India, the maybe little highly positioned people or the workers they are getting. So this what makes a difference, the amount that they are getting instead of having less qualification, and the people in India, if they are getting the same amount instead of having so much experience and qualification, and they studied a lot, and after that also if they are getting the same amount, then it automatically disheartens them. It lower their confidence and they feel sad about it, and that's what the reality is. It's very obvious to feel bad about it, but I think this is a major reason, why they try to move ahead and take a different step for their life, so that they can have a better future, they can have a better life. And obviously salary is, I think that's the ultimate thing that matters, because nowadays without money people say that they can't buy happiness with money, but most of the people say that they can buy happiness with money. So that's what most of the
Yeah.
people believe, and it's almost correct, true. So yeah,
So
I think that's what.
yeah, totally agreed actually. And I think yes, that's what matters, and I think, of course, you cannot compare like a developing country with a developed country for, I mean, decades now. But then the stories of developing countries, for every home is like, study well, beta, or study well, my baby, and go out because you will be able to do better out there, not here. So it's like a story in every home, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. And we would love to hear our viewers' story also. That friends, we know that you guys are watching us and might be having some different perspective in your mind also. So why don't you come and join us and would share your perspective in this, whether you want to go outside and explore yourself, or where you are working right now. Are you happy with your job, or what are you looking for? So, there are so many things to talk about in today's session, and we would love to have you all in this session with us because, it would be great if we could explore more and more on this thing, and it will be great, to talk more and different topics as well. So, yeah, I think moving ahead, there's also another sub point that I would like to add on today's session. That is, how will the wage-based system going to work? So, yeah, firstly, the first step would be that instead of the lottery, H-1B applicants will be ranked based on the wage level. So, friends, this is also very important to understand because till now we understood what are the changes and what Trump is going to do. But now we should also understand how this wage system is going to work. So, the first step is going to be that the H-1B applicants will be ranked based on the wage level for the job that is being offered. So, it's like higher the salary, higher the priority is getting selected. Then the second step is that the DHS has stated that the selected applicants will be those that offer wages equal to or above the OEC, that is Occupational Employment Statistics wage levels. So US employers who wants to hire the foreign workers, they need to offer a competitive salaries for the role. So this is also a very great thing that's going to happen. And the third step is that for high paying jobs, especially those that require advanced skills, the chance of selection is going to increase, while jobs with lower wages may see fewer foreign workers filling those positions. So now we can see, the people who are actually highly qualified and they have good amount of skills, so they will be getting the highly paying jobs, and the one those who will be who are getting jobs with lower wages, they may see fewer foreign workers filling those positions as well. And the other step that I would like to share is also that there will be also a greater scrutiny of the job offers, and employers that will have to demonstrate that they are hiring qualified professionals for specialty occupations and not just filling positions with lower skilled labor. So if we talk about the older lottery system, so older lottery system used to work like every applicant had equal chance of being selected, and no matter how much they were being offered in terms of salary, but they all have equal chances of being selected. But in this, the wage based system, now what is happening that the applicants will be sorted by salary level. Higher the salary, more the chances of their being selected. So workers are now being offered, by higher wages, and they will have a better chance of getting an H-1B visa. So I think, yeah, the system is going to prioritize those with higher pay because it's
But
believed.
Sam, like, so
Yeah.
sorry for interrupting, but like, do you think that this is going to like affect the smaller businesses? I mean, like the tech giants or the bigger companies are going to benefit with this because they can provide a larger pay scale. But what about startups and smaller businesses, who really need talented or highly skilled workers as well for them, but maybe cannot pay as much as the big tech giants?
Absolutely. I think this is a point to think also. But, if we talk about the startups, then it's not practically possible for them to get the highly skilled workers and to pay them. But I think this will be little challenging for them also. But, this is how the process, I think it goes. Because if they are also working, then I think some on the other, they will also reach to that position where they can also give provide high salary to the workers. So I think this will be a little challenging for them because it won't be that much possible for them to select the highly skilled workers. But instead of that also they can select the US workers or maybe the foreign workers who can be agreeing with the lower wage salaries too. So, yeah, I think this is the thing that I would like to add. What do you think, Nipasa, about it?
Well, I think, I already made the point. So if you look at it, this who stands to win or lose with these new reforms, I think winners are definitely going to be high paying tech companies and employers in sectors offering premium wages.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, highly skilled foreign workers who command top salaries. These are going to be the winners. And when you talk about who's going to be the losers, small businesses, startups, especially those in rural areas, with lower salary scales, they're going to lose out on this new reform. Sorry to say, but I
That's
think this is going to be what it is. And of course, entry level professionals, those in roles like social work, education, or even government research, probably that do not offer tier pay, they're
Mhm.
going to lose out on this, and it's going to be hard for them.
Yeah, I think it may, but I think there might be some other way also that can benefit them because here we have another comment, Nipa, from the LinkedIn user, and that is that going to be implemented from 2025? Yeah, I think that is going to be implemented by 2025. And Nipa, you also mentioned the date, right? So I don't want
Yes,
to, yeah.
the date is January 17th, 2025. Mark the date, and applicants after this date, they're going to be affected by the new regulations, the new H1B regulations. But we will try to check out, just like our guest attorneys have said in our earlier show today. If there's some other update, or if the already applied applicants, in the H1B process are going to be affected by these new regulations, we are going to update you. But so far, it's only going to be applicable for applicants after January 17th, 2025.
All right. I think LinkedIn user because there's no other name to it. So you might got your answer, but you're free to share any other information, or you can also ask some different questions that you want, and we will definitely take them up. So yeah, I think Nepal now. I think we should also talk about how it is going to impact on foreign workers and what about the U.S. businesses that you also mentioned. So for foreign workers, I think especially those in tech sectors will now need to show that they are applying for higher paying roles in order to be selected. And yeah, I think this might push workers to aim for positions that are more highly specialized to ensure that their wage level is competitive. So there are so many potential benefits also, and there are so many opportunities for it. And I think it's a great thing, to move ahead. But I think with benefits, there are also certain challenges or criticism also. Like right now, as Nipasa also mentioned about small business may struggle. So yeah, I think that's a very good point that she has mentioned that now I also think that companies that cannot offer, high wage may find it difficult or it may be challenging for them to compete with the larger tech firms and when it comes to hiring foreign talent. So this is also a challenge and yeah, I think it can also impact on the diversity of the workforce that the system could disadvantage workers in industries where salaries are not as high, such as non-profit organization or research institutions. So I think this might also struggle to attract foreign talent because I think most of the foreign talents they opt for IT or the tech sector, right? They wanted jobs in that field, but we shouldn't also ignore the other sectors as well, especially the small businesses, then the non-profit organization or the research institution. What about them? There's
Yeah.
also, isn't it, that it's not that possible for them to pay that high much or to pay high amount to them. So I think, yeah, those are the certain challenges or the certain criticism that we should also highlight about it. Anything else,
Mhm.
Nepal, that you would like to add on this
Yes.
conversation? Yeah,
For
please.
sure, I would add, but before that, I don't want to ignore Rob Lox's comment. Does the new reform talk about improving the backlog for perm? Uh, 140 and AOS stages. Please shed some light on this topic. We will try to address your question, Roblox, with expert attorneys who join us on different webinars here on Immigration and Jobs Talk Show. But, to know more about the latest H-1B regulations, the latest update which just came up yesterday, please go watch our show, which we had today at 12 p.m. Eastern Time with attorney Prashanthi Reddy. And there we have covered the new regulations in details, and also have covered the January Visa Bulletin 2025. And that's where you will find a lot of information. The webinar went on for an hour, and there's a lot of information that I wouldn't want you to miss out on. And I'm sure you will find your answer there. And even if not, please leave a comment there, because we will address them for sure in the upcoming episodes. Yeah, thank you for that. And coming back to our topic of discussion, Sam was saying, the tech companies are really going to, or high paying jobs or high paying employers are going to benefit, right? And when you talk about the tech industry, it's dynamic, changing over time, changing instantly. And this year we saw a lot of changes as well, with the artificial intelligence ruling the ruling the entire, I don't know, the globe. I mean, there is no person on earth, I think, who doesn't use AI for one thing or another, whether it's to look good in their photo, or to come up with a formal letter to their principal, anything and everything, even to making a presentation, ideas for a presentation, or how to even speak to
Mhm.
your boyfriend, who knows, anything and everything. Yeah. So coming to that, some of the highest paying tech jobs in 2024, including AI, I think one of them was a chief technology officer, the top executive responsible for all technology related decisions in a company.
Mhm.
Of course, the role demands extensive experience and expertise in various technological areas, including AI, of course, and it makes it one of the highest paying positions in tech. So, folks out there who are qualifying for such kind of a job, I think it's a win-win. It's a good, bright future for you with regard to H-1B regulations, I guess, in the US. But also, there are others like AI, machine learning engineer, or software architect, or data scientist, or even a blockchain engineer. So I think the future looks brighter rather, for folks out there who belong to these different categories.
Absolutely. And I think, yeah, we have covered, a good amount of topics in this, and we talked each and everything in today's session. We talked about the criticism, we talked about the challenges too. Then we also talked about what were the changes, how it's going to work, then what are the benefits, and also the reason behind, why the lottery system should be banned and why it shouldn't be banned, what are different views of people, what they think about it, and what is the reason behind this change, or what Trump is planning to do. So I think we have covered a lot of things. We also talked about the current lottery system, how it is working, and upcoming year how it's going to work. So there's a huge thing, huge sub points, that we covered in this session. And we also got some of our viewers also to talk about it, like Roshni, Rajesh, then Virginia, Ravi, Roblox, and one from LinkedIn user too. So I think, yeah, it was lovely having
And
to.
how can we forget Vikrant, who joined us on
Oh,
call?
absolutely.
Thank you so
I'm so
much,
sorry.
Vikrant.
Yeah, I think, yeah, absolutely. How can I forget Vikram? But it was so good to have each one of you to share your, perspective on this. It's lovely to have it, and we really enjoy, So yeah, I think with this, we also covered 1 hour of today's episode, and we talked a lot about today's H1B lottery system with a wage based selection system. So I think that's all. And, to conclude, also, I would say that, friends, it's a very significant change and it's very important to understand. So have a proper knowledge on this system, have a proper detailed analysis on this. And I think it's good, it's good to have the system, and it's definitely going to benefit. It's nothing going to harm. And as it is aiming, to attract more and more higher skilled workers, and it's going to boost innovation and also going to protect the US wages. So there are certain challenges, but there's a lot of opportunities, and I think a lot of great things are going to come up in 2025. Hoping for the best. And yeah, that's all from my end.
Absolutely. I mean, it's always, they always say, whatever happens, happens for a good reason. And I'm sure all these new changes are good changes. And I'm really looking forward for 2025, say it be Trump joining the office or these new H-1B regulations, or even the whole year for that matter. I'm really looking to say goodbye to all negativity with 2024. So let's hope for the best for sure. And of course, I think it was great having folks out there, join us in today's discussion, and we really explored key changes, different potential impacts, and we even heard different perspectives on this lottery system. And to conclude, it's really clear, that these reforms, they plan and aim to align the H-1B visa process more closely with economic needs. And of course, they will ensure that most of the skilled and highly paid talent is prioritized. So I think that is a new change and a good change we are looking forward to. And there will be a lot more, no matter whatever news update comes, especially with regard to this topic, we will try to cover it first. And for that, you have to subscribe to us. We are Immigration and Jobs Talk Show on we are here on YouTube, LinkedIn, and on Facebook and on X. We're also there on Instagram. Please do not forget to follow us on all these social media platforms and subscribe to us, so that you are notified whenever we have discussions like these or the latest news updates. So thank you so much from my end as well. And this is Daily Immigration Dose. Monday to Saturday is when I, Nipasa Pradhan, and Sam, we come in at 4 p.m. Eastern time, and we have different topics to discuss about every day. And it's really cool to be here, and it'll be even cooler if you could also join us on call. So I'm really looking forward for our future discussions.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, that is Immigration and Jobs Talk Show. In case if you still have any questions or thoughts, that you would like to share, then feel free to drop them in the comments or join the conversation in the chat. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Till now, me and Nabasa are signing off first. So see you tomorrow.
Bye bye.